Oranges appear whenever death is in the air. Remember the Godfather movie? When the Godfather gets shot in the street, he's buying oranges. When he dies at the end, it's right as he's trying to peel an orange. There's a reason Francis Ford chose oranges as a metaphor for death. In my culture, we have a legend that death, capital D, death, loves oranges and refuses to take your soul to the other side if you aren't buried with one. So when someone started leaving a fresh orange outside my door every morning, I was understandably unnerved. This was strange, but not necessarily malevolent. My next door neighbor was a rather unusual guy. When we came out at night, always wore a mask to hide his face, never talked to anyone. Maybe he had a strange sense of humor. After 2 weeks of being greeted by an orange every time I opened my door, I woke up to find an orange on the inside of my door. A fresh orange. This couldn't possibly be a prank anymore. Nobody but the super had the keys to my door, and he had been in the city in a month. I was perplexed and slightly nervous. I picked up the orange and tried to peel it and dropped it instantly in revulsion. It was completely infested with tiny white maggots. This couldn't possibly be the weird neighbor. Inside my house? The next day, I woke up to the disgusting smell of rotting fruit and opened my eyes to see a rotting orange carefully placed at the foot of my bed. I got out of bed to kick it out, and to my absolute shock, out of the corner of my eye, I saw my neighbor in my living room staring at me. I whirled around, but there was nobody there. I went to the living room to check, but saw no sign of life anywhere. It became a recurring thing over the next few days. I would open my door to nudge the rotting fruit out with my foot, and my neighbor would be standing in his door, eating a fresh orange, just staring at me. More than a little creeped out, I took a weekend trip to my buddy's cabin that day. I drove up to the pretty little cabin, only to stop in shock at the door. The door was blocked by a pile of rotten oranges. I turned back to my car, only to see my neighbor's little reflection staring back in my car window. I turned around, but again, nothing. When I got back home, my neighbor was standing in his doorway again, eating an orange. I opened my door, only to be greeted with the pungent smell of rotting oranges, and they were everywhere, on my floor, my couches, even in my shelves. I made what I thought was the wise decision to hightail it out of there, pay my best mate a visit, maybe stay there for a day or two. When I got to his front door, I stopped. There was a fresh orange lying outside his door.
Stop